Hello. Hello. Oops. I'm doing a stream volume check. One moment, please. All right, I think it's good. Ah. Hello. So I listened to my stream last night and decided to mess with the microphone a little bit after I was listening to it. You know, everybody's like, you should project your voice. But I don't know if I want to. I'm a laid-back kind of person. I like listening to laid-back kind of streams, so I was speaking quite laid-back last night. And it was a bit quiet for my taste, so listened to a few other streams, tried to get my voice at least up to the level of another stream, so like if you switched around and I wouldn't be like too quiet. So if I'm too loud, you can just turn me down. How about that? Let me make sure that I have all of my let's see, I can close that. There we go. My expedition notes. We're at Rendezvous 2. We've done most of Phase 2 and some of Phase 4, so even though we didn't finish a phase, we're kind of on schedule, I guess. We do a phase every 2 hours, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 hours. So 5 days. So at this rate, we'll finish Wednesday of next week. We shall see. Looks like the next milestone is just discover 9 more plants. So I suppose that's what we'll do. It'll just be a nice, quiet... I thought that was a player walking around. I, like, momentarily... Did he disappear, or did he walk into a door? Hello? Was it you? Okay. The other thing I noticed is my camera. Like, it didn't lose all of its settings. Like, I opened up the settings screen, and all the numbers were the same, but it was so much darker. I had to... So, I'm sure all the lighting looks different, but... I think I like the lighting arrangement. I got a standing desk from Uplift, and it came with, like, an LED kind of... When you buy a big desk like that, they kind of just dump a bunch of cheap free things, and one of them was an LED lamp, and I'm like, I could use that for a stream light, backlight. So I have a lamp over here. You can't see it, so it's kind of my second point light, and then I have a light here behind my monitors to kind of, make me stand out, and then the rest of the room is kind of dark and in the background, so kind of like it. It's not 3-point light, but it's good enough. Good enough for free. So we need to go to a planet with plants. And we have an ice planet, arid, dusty, and noxious. So noxious is gonna be like toxic and mushrooms and fungus, and I think that's our best bet for a bunch of plants. Is it back? Hello? No. So, normally the landing pads are kind of, if you're flying to it perpendicular, you know, if you're flying away from it, it doesn't usually grab you. You have to be flying straight into it. I was backing up and it got me. Oh, well, that's the planet we needed anyway. Did somebody find the portal on the Stargate? Sometimes the portal, you know, is like the teleport, the Stargate, or the teleport you can build. But then there's the great big teleport on a planet that lets you go to halfway across, well, all the way across the galaxy if you wanted. I was expecting a whole bunch of, like, creepy trees and giant mushroom kingdom. Okay, this'll work. Maybe. That's a rock. None of these plants are identifiable. That's still a rock. That might be a plant. Looks like a rock. Yep, we discovered one. Watch this planet be the worst decision. $13. $14. Animal. You don't count as a plant, but we'll scan you anyway. Oh. It's a flying crab. I feel like we've about scanned this area out. Unless we can find a cave. So there aren't different biomes on a planet per se, but if you go and land in an entirely different area, you'll probably find a bunch of different things to scan. As far as plants and rocks go. The animals are kind of the same all over except for water and land and sometimes caves. Oh, that might be a plant. Nope, it's a rock. Is this a planet with angry sentinels? Yep. Yep. So no touching, only looking. Maybe we can find trees, or maybe we just give up and go to another planet. At this point, I'm thinking maybe we go to another planet. Well, there's a house. An unknown building. Oh. I don't think there was a landing pad. Hello, Sentinel. Nope. All these plants are scanned. We might get lucky and think we're going to another planet. Yep. You know, at this point, maybe we'll have better luck on the desert planet. Went to the noxious one. Normally they're full of mushrooms and things. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Oh no. I just happened to mouse over a system that says, you need a cadmium drive. I didn't see a milestone that said we had to, like, go to a red planet. Or a red star. Because I don't want to unlock all that tech. Look. These are flaming mushrooms. This is probably a rock. Inorganic object. Plant life. Flying worm. Hazardous flora. Does that count as a plant? I think it did. Inorganic. Oh, that looked like a crystal. It is, in fact, a plant. Nice. We only need 2 more. Oh. We're standing next to a brain plant. There's a jumping pineapple. It is a living creature. Up. Cave biome. Ta-da! What do we get? Double cultivation chamber plans, supreme scanning system upgrade, powerful mining beam upgrade. We need poop. I believe we have... creature pellets. So if these things over here, it looks like there's a herd of something over here. Maybe not. Is it angry at me? Do walking plants eat pellets? So hopefully they'll all eat and then drop a whole lot of poop. Okay. We can't put things on our starship, but our freighter is close by. We got 18 poops. Nope, don't want to talk to you. I need your dung samples. Constructed parts. What was it called? Double cultivation. All right. We got it. Grab some poop for the road. Hey, my freighter did not change shape again this time. Oh, all the ships are back from their expedition. We can see what adventures they got up to in unsupervised. I'm thinking sprint should just be a thing that I can do without limit. Okay, so I thought this was a plant. Maybe it's just a regular, or not even a cultivation thing. Yeah, it must be, because plants. All right, double cultivation. Frost crystal. I need a hazmat gloves before I can touch those. Collection of plantable seeds. Nice. I'm gonna clear out my inventory real quick. We don't need this. Oh. Don't have room in my gun. What do we want to keep? What do we have everywhere? We have all that in the starship. You know what? We built a whole bunch of storage containers on the freighter last time, and we haven't used any of it. Photon cannon module. All right, what's in the freighter? Technically, it is on the freighter, but not in the freighter storage. We're gonna need to build more freighter or frigate fuel. Ooh, it's just a hydrogen and tritium. I shall make some before I happen to run out. What's dioxide? I don't remember. We don't need that anymore. Condensed chlorine. Oh, we might need to save that. Hello. Welcome to just me messing around. I figure I need to get the expedition done, so might as well do it here. And everybody's favorite inventory management. I'm just going to shove poop over here. Salt. Everything's just going to go into freighter storage. Ionized cobalt, freighter storage. Chromatic metal, freighter storage. Silicate. Condensed carbon. Tritium is a space. Put that on. Okay. Phase 2 complete. So that's an optional milestone. We don't need to do it. So now we fly to Rendezvous 3, but not before sending all my ships out on a mission. Corvaxes, please! To oh. Need to go read up on what they all did, though. Fleet command online. Calibrating to the Leviathan. Organic mind link established. Scanned that system for exotic flora. Deployed crew. Wait a second. You don't have crew. You are yourself a crew. Data showed a tree over 60,000 units tall. Performed deep space scan. Celestial bodies discovered, 96. Living vessel led fleet through black hole, resurfaced in... So... that space whale is like, let's just pop through this black hole over here. Deep space discovery, located binary black holes. I wonder if that's real. I think this is all just fluff, right? Like, if I went to that system, it wouldn't actually be two black holes. Encountered a trader selling shares in a new deep space telescope business. Invested. Telescope proved highly popular with visiting Korvax. Bartered with Viking traders and gathered Geknip. Great. Figures. Yep. Goods were of poor quality, unable to resell. I'm just looking for anything interesting. Hailed by a lone Viking pilot. Pilot was bait. Great. They gave me Geknip. Wait, did it go on to the freighter? Yeah, Geknip. An additional storage nodule for sentient starships. Upon hatching, the parasite inside the sac is grafted upon the vessel, exchanging the use of its cavernous innards. Ugh. So is this a space whale upgrade? Or living ship? Because there's the living ship that you can climb into and fly. Isn't Geknip considered illegal substances now? All right. Send organic vessel to on the exploration mission. And send these two guys out on the trade mission. And now we warp. Uh-oh. It's got a dotted line. Okay, so it's just out of jump range. I really hope I don't have to build starship upgrades or hyperdrive upgrades. At the end of the expedition is like a black hole drive. Maybe we can just get to that point. You know the drill. Always visit the space station. Because then if, for some reason, we need to buy something hard to find, we just have a collection of space stations we can go visit. I suppose I should be buying inventory upgrades while I'm at it, but I don't want to. That's it. Whoops. I was thinking flying straight into my freighter, it would have been nice to just move my ship straight up, and it got me wondering if are there any games like that anymore? Well, they call it 6 degrees of movement. My autopilot ran up the steps instead of taking the teleport again. I think Elite Dangerous gives you all degrees of movement. Like perfect 3D movement. But, let's face it, Elite Dangerous isn't interesting to watch. And maybe not much interesting to play either. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, well... maybe not stop by and check out each space station. But say you're flying, you know, this way, right? You're just flying. You can go forward, and you can backward. You can roll, and you can... whatever this is. Pitch your nose up. But can you go... can you stop and then go straight up and straight down? I don't think you can do that. Maybe? We're gonna check. Move forward, back, strafe, left and right. Free look. Doesn't look like it. Oh, well. It's just a little bit of a time saver if you fly straight into a wall and you need to go up and over. Oh, finally. So I bought something. I bought a bunch of HDMI cables because I'm kind of upgrading my setup. And I'm like, I'll buy from, you know, Monoprice because they seem, I've bought from them before. They have good cables. They're like, if you order in the next 2 hours, we'll mail it out today. And that was 2 days ago. And they just finally shipped it out. So, thanks for that false advertisement. Love it. Would have picked somebody else. All right, we're just going to go from system to system. We're not stopping. How much fuel do I have? What do I power a freighter hyperdrive with? Just regular old warp core, huh? And I have one.
Technology recharge.
Next. Maybe I should check my inventory for freighter hyperdrive upgrades. Before we spend all of our fuel. Any upgrades here? No. Wait, scanner module. Okay, that's... Any upgrades here? No. Any upgrades here? Movement module. Mining beam, pulse engine. Okay. That's a negative. Ooh, ooh. Stop. Sheesh. Oh. I can get there. I don't know why. If you can make the jump from your location to your destination why does it autopilot you through, like, other jumps? Maybe it's the same amount of fuel, but I've never tested that. Okay, this system... I need to write this down on my notes. At Rendezvous 3. Cotton Nab Awa. Date stamp 2383.9. A ship is a poor imitation of a planet, even the best ship. You begin to see it for what it is, a vast metal skeleton. We miss the warm earth, the embrace of the soil, the soft changing light to dark. The stars are beautiful, but they are cold and unforgiving. It is no life to float endlessly through the expanse. It is no life, but it is life. I mean, I'd like it up here. I like it dark. Oh. We got... Oh. At first I thought it was a pot. Nope, it's a color. We can paint our freighter blue. We could build a heater. Oh, that's like derelict freighter stuff. Jeez. It's like, here's everything you can build to make your freighter nice and happy. Rendezvous 3. I believe, yes, we are in the system. Think huts are simple? Think again. Name of that base. I'm trying to find the space station. There we go. That was a dense asteroid field. This station is just the name of the system. Write it down. And what planet? Whoops. I didn't see the name of the planet. Do I have launch fuel? Okay, we have one more canister of launch fuel. It is Spontev. Sure. Whoops. So the last two rendezvous were at crashed freighters, so maybe that's the trend this time around. There we go. For a second, I couldn't remember the button for the subtools menu. It's another frozen planet. What planets are here? we've got Paradise Planet, Erupting Planet, Forsaken, Hymal, which is another ice planet, Verdant, and Frozen. I'd say we check out the Paradise Planet, but I can't build a base yet, so no point. I might make a note, though, as a Paradise Planet. Yep. Did we see... Was that a crashed freighter under the water? I think I see landing lights down there still. The weather is outbreaks of frozen rain. Oh, I can summon the submarine.
Ground protection falling.
What do you know? We actually have a use for it. Got the stellar extractor room. A bunch of nanites. I think we can buy our squadron unlock. Ooh. Construct a stellar extractor. Okay, and then we need to recruit 3 pilots. Shoot down 16 pirates. And that we had a bunch of pirates at the Rendezvous 2 system, so we can go back there. Complete fleet expeditions. I feel like this is going to be like the last thing that gets finished. Oh, wait, there's a milestone for like expand our fleet to all 8. Are there creatures down here? Oh, there might be. We can barely see it, but we could see it. I can't see it. Clams. Oh! Nailed it. Creature pellets, 25. And poop. The amount of poop that you can carry in your inventory, I think, correlates to how good the game is. Trying to just scan for any, like, easy... Usually these last 2 you have to do at the last 2. It's probably at the final rendezvous. So we can build a stellar extractor. Where do we get wants us to build a scanner room. Where do we get that from? Maybe we can build it now. Oh, nope. We can build that as soon as we build whatever this was. The extractor. Hello, capital ship. Unsafe trajectory. Fine. Thought there was a spider on my wall. There was not. Technically, we could salvage our starting ship for that milestone. And then all we need to do is find a ship. Wait, does it want us to, like, repair a ship? Restore a crashed ship. Oh, no, that's a pain in the butt. Oh. Build a stellar whatchamacallit. Nope, that's a specialist's room. Made a mistake. Plants. Stellar extractor. Okay, we can put that over here near the storage bays. Right here. I don't know what this does. Oh, it just collects stuff. At 15 an hour. I'm sure somebody's crunched the numbers. Can you just keep building these? How many of these can you fit on a freighter base? Are there diminishing returns? So many questions. Scanner room. We need ion battery. Probably from the space station. Maybe. Appearance modifier room. I do not really care to, like, spruce up my base. I can see why people play creative mode, though. I'd build a nice base if I didn't have to go mining for rocks every 5 minutes. Yeah, squadron. Ta-da! Okay, so we can now hire 3 pilots to fly with us. Which we can recruit it from the space station. We can now also construct... No, we can't. We have to have an ion battery. So to the space station we go. Can I build a teleport? We did build one, didn't we? I forgot because I'm an idiot. And this is why you Wow. That was... I was prepared to go on a monologue, but... that was pretty quick. I'm impressed. You have pirate killing missions. No, of course not. Do you have ion batteries? Yes. Which I'm going to buy all of anyway because it's for hazards. Like recharging my stuff. Aw, man, warping to the freighter is like the best change. Great. What a beautiful view. Interesting. At the end of this, it's going to be like a grid of, I don't know where I'm at. Can I build a corridor? You can build 72 corridors. We got like a bunch of upgrades, right? To like decorate. Not these. Like, I know we got, like, things we could place for decorations, but didn't we get, like... You can put down a room that... No? Oh, view variants? Wait. Well, that's cool, but not what I was looking for. I swear it gave us, like... Here's building a... You know, a big open room. Is it here? Storage rooms. Yeah, expansion rooms. Ah, we need... Whatever. Don't care anymore. Pure ferrite. Okay. Ledge attached to an existing room. Fine, fine. Wait, this is a scanner room. So we use this, I think. So I want to put this somewhere I can get to easily. I presume. You know what? It's just going here. Knocking out the window. So this is if the system was not already explored. But since it's already been explored to death, not much use. I'm floating. I must not have been fully on the ground. Galactic Trade Room. I could use that. Then we don't have to visit the space station anymore. Glass corridor, yes! Okay, well, I guess we're going to the space station. Again. What did we need to build the galactic terminal? Trade terminal? I don't know what I did. I hit escape. There we go. Microprocessor. Usually it's pretty common. Yep. Can we recruit anybody? He's a sales geck. Conscript. I'll bet you are a squadron fighter. Nope. I guess we have to talk to people who own a spaceship. Whoa, okay. Oh, we wanted that snazzy blue one. You know what? We'll talk to this guy. Yo, you want to fly for me? He's an outstanding intelligence, excellent marksmanship, dedicated, outstanding, or dedication is outstanding. His life expectancy is non-existent. But he has 210 confirmed kills. So I think that means you're good? Oh, he's class S. Yes. You work for me now. Did he move? Yeah. So he's just docked with me now. Okay. We're going to try to go to the station with the blue ship. That planet, or that system was, this one. Rendezvous 2. We might have to wait a little bit, but it'll be worth it. Pretty sure it's a vy'keen. Be nice to have one of each. While we're waiting. Yeah, I need to recruit 2 more, then shoot down a bunch of pirates. Oh, nice. I wanted the trade room anyway, and it's a milestone. We've kind of hit critical mass, I think. We can just power through a bunch of these. As long as they land here. While we're waiting, let's see if there's a mission to fight pirates. Yes. Low-level pirates, but pirates nonetheless. Resource analyst. Priest entity. I don't want a flying brick. Although that looks pretty neat, actually. Yo. You want to work for me? A class. He's good and above average. You know what? Sure. Let's just have an all vy'keen. there's a like a wingless. That's like the explorer ship, one of the first expeditions. Is that the one? I don't think that's the one. No. It was like a golden vector, only it had a thinner nose, and it was like sky blue. How long do we give it? 5 minutes. Just look at the ships passing by. That almost looked like a TIE fighter. Can I review who my squadron is? Because I'm pretty sure, like, that's a cargo ship. And I don't want a cargo ship flying with me to fight. Right? Right. We'll see who's next to land. Well, that was the next person to land. And then we'll go fight pirates, then come back and see if the sky blue ship is back. Nice. They're helping a little bit. If anything, it's super helpful to keep the shields down. So as long as they can keep at least poking at it, then I can cut them down with my phase beam. That's it. That is not it. Fire! My phaser is not locking on. Whoop. No shooting, friends. Wow, how many pirates are there? Normally it says in the corner. Okay. Well, on the bright side, hopefully these count for the milestone. Turns out they're my friends, and we had a friendly fire incident, and I didn't even notice. But no, these aren't the same style ships. Shoot! You done? That was 3 waves. Nice. It did count. We need 2 more pirates. It would be even better if it was the sky blue ship that landed here while we were busy. Anybody here? No. Thought my squad landed with me. That's good, actually, because I was about to comment about how your squad was going to take up your landing pads for other ships. But evidently not. Complete. Nice. More pirates. I'm just gonna hire the next person to... Oh, boy. Now, in my defense, I said the next person to fly in. We have a ship of that shape already, though. Let's see how well you fight. Starship management abysmal. Okay, dude. You keep on... There he is! You're gonna fight with us, pal. And you won't... Not gonna take no for an answer. Sadly, Class C. Below average mechanical aptitude, average reaction speed, average attention to detail, good sneakiness. Ship is named for their companion? Your companion's name was Voice of the Wind? You know what? Doesn't matter. You're working with us. On my own. Now, just for research purposes, how much is your ship? What do you do? You're probably awesome. Oh, never mind. It won't even let me look. Ha, Wing Commander. Okay, I was going to go back to my freighter, but I need to fight some pirates, so gonna do that. Oh, I can hire some frigates. It would be nice to hire some living frigates, but I think I probably don't care. Yeah, I think we need one of you. Nope. Thought I was trying to hail. Hailing frequencies. You seek new recruits? Grah. 3 million. Support specialist. Sure. We're gonna need to find a farm. Okay, that's just the same kind of ship that we just... Kind of looking for some variety, y'all know. Let's check out this one over here. It's the same shape. It might be like a different specialization, but Oh, there's a farm. 10,000 sulfurine, phosphorus, flora, nip, and carbon. I feel like that's a good, can I mark that? Yes. Mark that for, we're going to raid that settlement. And by which I mean borrow, borrow the resources. We only need 2 more pirates, but I guess we'll wipe them out. And hopefully not lose any friends. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm concentrating, okay? That's 2 pirates. Woo! All I'm doing is just holding the fly and reverse button and it swings around. It doesn't do the greatest for the phasers to lock on. But at least it keeps it in the view. Are we done? It was only 2 waves? Nope. I've seen somebody stream No Man's Sky, and they can upgrade the phase beam. No, wait. Was it the phase beam? I think there's another, like, rapid-fire weapon, and they upgraded it, like, a lot. And, all he had to do was look at the enemy, and they were just gone. It was the, Infra-Knife Accelerator, which we can now build, but I don't want to. Alright, so the reason we're raiding this base is because we need to buy a bunch of freighters to, like, we need to buy 8 freighters to join our team. And, they cost at least 3 million a piece. Probably more for the higher rated ones. Well, this is a very nice looking base. I think the red tanks are gas, the green tanks are materials. We have a creature that's burrowing. I don't think you can tame those. We have a creature that's just a bunch of... This is a weird planet. Oh, hello? I don't think that's my pilot. Okay, interesting. We, like, scanned... It's always the one left. Which one haven't we seen yet? This one. Rare ground, always active. So, it's around. We just haven't seen it. It's above ground, too, so it's not like it's hidden in a cave. All right. Oh. It's time to summon. I think we can send the sulfurine right up to the no?
Inventory full.
Okay. So I guess we can only access the storage, like, boxes on the freighter. Are those tiny storage container boxes? Nice. Model ships? Don't know where those are from. So the base said, cobalt. Oh. It's telling me where to go to get them. I see. Okay, so we could sell everything right here, but that will crash the system economy. So it's usually better to go up to the space station and sell to a trader who's, like, just flying through. In which case... Let's see. We'll just see if I can access my freighter inventory from... I don't think I can. Oh! We can. That's not very much monies. I'm going to wait for somebody to land. Then we can construct a galactic trade room and make our way to Rendezvous 4. And we're waiting. While we're waiting... Whoops. I want to change my appearance. For fun. For free. I'm an anomaly. I usually am this. Sure, that'll work. This, just all the way down. Dark yellow, dark orange, dark green. Banner. I'm not a pirate. Black hole, though. Mercenaries Guild, yeah. Standard trail. Blue. No capes. Cape? Do we want cape? Sure, we'll do cape. Boots. Legs. I don't like the 3 fingered gloves, spacesuit gloves. But those don't match the... Fine. Would you like to apply the changes? Yes. Those pants look weird. We can't have weird pants. Ooh, fancy. Or you could say, they wear fancy pants. Sleek gloves, fabric gloves. Yeah, we'll get like the Iron Man sort of look. There we go. We were going to sell... Yo. Wart. Offer to trade. Oh, no. Can't sell, from the freighter. I'll do that real quick and then we'll get on with it. Mission complete. That's it. Thank you. Bye. Sell from freighter. The everything. Oh. Can be sold at the terminal. I guess that's all it's used for. You know what? We're going to sell the Geknip. Sulfurine and phosphorus. Just sell it. We're going to keep the rest for now. Alright. Wait. We need, like, fuel. Good. Ferrite dust. I'm gonna see what it takes to build like a antimatter housing. Okay, not metal plates. Ferrite dust, oxygen, chromatic metal, condensed carbon. Does this station sell carbon? Just straight up carbon? No, they never do. Fine. Oh, that guy just landed. That's a cool ship. It's like some hot rod business. Do you sell carbon? Carbon? Oh. Of course not. More ferrite dust, though. Dihydrogen jelly. Yes. We're at the point where we just buy the materials that we want because it takes too much time. Time is money, friend. build like an antimatter condenser thing on the space, on this. I think that's going to be a no, right? Oh. Construct a galactic trade room. Here, I guess. We're just plonking it down. Do you sell? No. This thing just sells whatever the system sells. You just don't have to go to the space station. I think we're good. What's next on the list? We can now build a bulkhead door. Pretty sure we could have built a bulkhead door anyway. Oh, exterior platform, exterior catwalk, and glass. Yes! Trying to find a good place to put glass, so I'm kind of lost. There we go. Okay, so we obviously can't do the fleet expeditions yet. Can we build a one? Fleet command room. We can. We need more gold before we can build another one. But that'll help a bunch. We can send out one more ship, which we will. We'll send him on the easy one. I'd rather not lose any ships. And it's a support ship. A fuel bulker. You know what? You only live once. Phase 4. Here we go. We're going to the Nether Rendezvous. If I can find the warp drive. How far away? Ooh. Oh. I'm in the wrong place entirely. Okay, now this is... Okay. We're going to... So we're in Rendezvous 2. I need to be in the Rendezvous 3 system. Because... I didn't build that, did I? What? A room's supposed to be here, right? It's the trade terminal supposed to be there. Well, maybe it'll come back. Yes, that's Rendezvous 3. Now here's the question. Does my freighter come with me? Nope. It says previous system. So now I gotta fly outside, summon my freighter, then land on it, then we can warp. Whee! Hello? Warp. That's more like it. And away we go. Hopefully it's not a huge distance, because I don't want to have to build a whole bunch of hyperdrive fuel pods. There it is. This is a level 3 economy system, it looked like. Because it had the 3 stars when I was looking at it on the map. Wow, someone named it very creatively. Yeah, see, it was the trading pod that was missing a minute ago. I'm looking at the rotting planet and the hazy planet. For an opulent system, it's only got 2 planets. Can I warp to the space station? Maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Nope. Gotta land on it first. We're gonna do, because opulent systems are hard to come by. Or maybe they're not, but when one just happens to come up on your path to the expedition or the rendezvous. Offer to trade. Do you sell carbon? You sell gold? Do I want to buy 161 gold? Yes. I could go outside and mine it. Or I could pay you for it. It's a freighter defense world. There's a chance this could be an S-class freighter, because it's an opulent system. I just completely lucked into it. I think we're gonna save the freighter, and if it's a significant upgrade, we're just gonna YOLO it. Your base is supposed to transfer with you. Supposed to. Oh, that was a little pea pod thing. That was an exotic ship. Oh, this was discovered 3 years ago. That's weird. So this expedition, they charted a course through, like, systems that were discovered, like, a long time ago. Hailing frequencies open. Oh, it's not a freighter, it's a settlement. I'm disappointed now. Oh well. Onward to rendezvous 4. After I write down the system this was, Viking opulent aggressive. Class 3 economy. Viking opulent aggressive. Teeny. TNINALXIV. Whoops. Almost changed sound settings. But I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Pew! Not much to say at this point in the expedition. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Expedition route. Hyperdrive has no fuel. That is unfortunate. There's no capacity in our cargo hold. Now, hold on a second. Now, hold on just a second. Can we build it? Yes. 3. We're just gonna build them all until we can't anymore. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Oh, targets outside building limits. Whoops. Sure. And now I'm curious, how many of these... We have some glass. Cost 30 silver, 5 tritium just to make a straight tunnel. Or we have 16 of these available. Nice. Target outside building limits. Whoops. think we just want a freighter corridor here, right? Yeah. Okay. It's a little janky, but it's home. All that so I can get rid of, what was I trying to get rid of? Oh, dihydrogen jelly. Okay, maybe I didn't want to do that, but okay. Because the dihydrogen jelly takes up a lot of space. Clearly. I just need to... Gold goes into the freighter. Ferrite dust goes into our cargo. We need all the condensed carbon.
Constructed. Product constructed. Product constructed. Technology
Well, we can warp a few more feet. Wait, don't we have a whole load of carbon? Because we mined up a bunch of plants from the ocean. It's in here, right? No, that's chromatic metal. I should probably just split that, yeah. Alright, so while that's working, we can go fly. Fly! And so far, haven't needed to fly to a planet that, or I mean, a system without a yellow star. System OG. Yod. What was that? Yep. Let me write that down real quick. OG Yod 2 system. So now we can talk to you for our access to ship's log. Date stamp 1482.0. Arrived in that system. Is this the captain's log talking? Like, I can't tell if we're, like, retracing our steps or this is, like, current events. As we cross another sector boundary, we permit ourselves to reflect on our very first departure. Our own home turned against us. We had learned what it could not, its gravity, its molten core, its slow decay towards impersonal doom. Our makeshift fleet was incomplete, so few of the pods loaded. The shockwave consumed those in low orbit, scattered the rest of us. The fire, the chaos, the bzz. Yeah, I still can't Are we, like, reliving? So we read the log. We read the first log. I'm trying to, like, just work through this in my head. So we start the game, the expedition. It's like we woke up the captain, and that was log 1. And then we have to fly to a system and then read the log for that system. And I thought we were retracing our steps to, like, recover log entries, because the rest of No Man's Sky story is kind of like you're recovering old log entries. But I think these log entries is the captain, this guy, Admiral. He's a captain of the ship and an admiral. But, yeah, I'm going to go with these are live logs. We can now paint our freighter green. I'm moving these to the starship. I can't because the starship's full. It's full of everything else. I don't need... I'm going to keep it. Portable refiner, just in case. Silicate powder powers some things, so I got to keep that too. Reach the 4th rendezvous. Down we go! You know the drill. Visit the station first. Unlock the station in our teleport grid. Large ship proximity. I'm thinking at this point we might be able to finish this expedition tomorrow. And then I can get everything set up for Kerbal Space Program next week. Writing down the name of the system, or the station real quick, which is just the name of the system. Because whoops. I do believe technically you look up the name of the space station. But usually, if not always, the name of the station is just the name of the system. Oh, it's a paradise planet. Wait, Atron Beta, that was the farm we were at, said there was a farm here for, like, cobalt. Yeah. This planet has cobalt on it. Red Sea Earth. Is the name of that base, I guess. I don't know. Oh. Sure, let's talk to you. What do you want? I can't understand you. Inspect cargo. I mean, if you wanted the vy'keen equipment, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna buy some nav data. Just 'cause I can. Thanks. You don't sell carbon. You're flying across the galaxy. It's not dilithium crystals that you run out of. It's carbon. Atlantis. Underwater base. Portal and pillar. PFO2. That's annoying, okay? Maybe this guy was trying to be helpful. Do not build a base on the rendezvous. It's not helpful, it's annoying. You didn't even build, like, a landing pad. Because what happens is then people can't, like, dig if they need to. Ow. Well, this is a paradise planet, isn't it? H and beta. Cool. Oh, I needed to make a note. Paradise. Just going to summon the sub. Not gonna I forget what I was gonna say. Basically, the submarine is actually useful this time around. Normally they're like, build a submarine, it's pretty cool. And you build it and then you're like, yeah, okay, but now that I built it, I don't need to go underwater. But I think every crashed freighter has been underwater. Unfortunately, the submarine does not have a boost. Rendezvous 4. Am I supposed to be, like, looking at these like, base computers? Freighter computers? Life goes on day after day. I hope to go home soon. The life of a brr is not for the one like me. Multiple sentinel energy signatures. I mean, it's kind of just the normal freighter logs, I suppose. All right. Salvaged frigate modules. Oh, research station. Which I don't have. All right. Complete fleet expeditions. That might be something I just do on, like, my own time. While I'm working. Because all we need to do is that. Complete a fleet expedition, which we are. We have 3 in progress right now. Okay, and then we can send 3 out again tomorrow. Well, I'll try to send 3 out in the morning, maybe. Try to make them done before next stream, but we'll see. Then restore a crashed starship. Then we just scrap a starship, which we can scrap the ship that we have. My guess is they want us to, because if you're looking for a crashed ship, you're supposed to restore it first, then you can fly it to the space station, and then you can scrap it. Expand your fleet. So we have to buy 4 more frigate friends. Maybe we can just buy... Maybe we can do that real quick. Buy all the frigates. Build enough computers to send them all out on missions now. Normally it would be stream ending time, but I'm gonna think ahead a little bit. Okay, it's faster to just do this. Oh, we need summon freighter. Normally, friendly freighters congregate around the space station. How far away is the space station? It's not an hour away. It's a minute away. It's probably faster to land on our freighter and teleport over. So I think we could just hop back to all the different space stations we've been to and just fly outside the door real quick and be like, hey, anybody want to join my crew? No? Okay. Teleport. Station. I think we could just look outside. No. I'm not sure how close you have to get before like the money sign shows up. Ah. There's one. We're just gonna buy it. The ones that we find. Hey, you wanna join my guild? Our vessel is powerful, interloper. 2 million units. Sure, why not? All right, well, that was one. So we can go back to... Go back to the station and just... Whoa. And just start warping back. So we only need 3 more. I think we can afford it. It would be nice to pick up more living frigates, but they're kind of hard to find. You know what? We're just gonna go back to the beginning. Wazaki Station. Fly out, take a look around, see if anybody's there to hire, fly back in, go to the next, rinse, repeat. Hopefully in about 10 or 20 minutes we'll have maximum frigate friends. And then what do we need to build more of those? We needed gold, right? I think we ran out of gold. Fleet command room. Silver and gold. Okay. Well, we have a boatload of silver from one of the farms we came across. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Hello, freighters. Anybody home? Sometimes if you fly around, they'll warp in. Sometimes. Okay, nobody here. I think they kind of show up randomly. Like if you were to like pulse drive to another planet and just kind of wander around, sometimes they show up, but we're not going to do that. Next. Should probably check if the stations sell gold. Even though gold is like in the asteroid belts. Technically gold is easy to mine up, but they're not, you have to shoot a lot of asteroids. Uh-oh. There's no freighter here. Maybe if I summon mine, they'll like show up. Aha! I heard somebody appear. Maybe it was just this guy. Well, it might be something I do tomorrow morning. Zap. Don't mind me just walking through, saving, and going to the portal. Bye! This is Rendezvous 1. We were here today, so maybe it's kept the freighters in orbit? Unless I bought one already? Maybe I just need to fly? Okay, we're gonna try another approach if this doesn't work. Because they are almost certainly nearby when you warp. So we're just gonna go in a direct... I bet that was my freighter, or my frigate. Delayed warp. If it's another freighter, like if it's an NPC freighter warping in, there's gonna be a bunch of them warping in. Okay. Maybe we can find a class 3. Where's class 3 yellow star? That's class 2, class 2, class 2. 1, 1. Ah, 3. I saw it. There it is. So they don't seem to show up when you warp right into the station. Boo. I didn't see anybody. Oh, no, no. See, there they are. A whole bunch of them. Yes! Look at them all to buy. They're over here, though. They came in behind me. Yeah! I'm so close to them. I'm moving so slow. How much for your ship? 1 million, 2 million-ish units? You are an industrial specialist? Sure. Who are you? You are... exploration specialist. 3 million. Ouch. A roach infestation. Sure. And one more. Where are you? There you are. Well, let's see what's out here. Sure. What are you? Combat? I think we're kind of low on combat ships. Support specialist. Sure. Commanded a fleet of 8. Please give me a bunch of, like, money. Fleet fuel. Don't know what fleet fuel is. Salvaged fleet fuel. Salvaged fleet beacon can be redeployed into your own capital ship to improve the speed of your fleet. You know what? Sure. Expedition speed upgrades. Interesting, interesting. Oh, launch thruster module. I need that kinda. Pulse engine modules. I'm already... Fuel efficiency. Put that there for now. Move this out. Move this in, because I think those are all together. Yeah! Okay, cool. Where's me? Where am I at? Where's my ship? Found it. Alright, so we're going to build... I'm going to see... I think I have 3 expeditions going out. And I've done 2. Yes, we've done 2. We have 3 in progress. So we need 3 more out. So I need to build 3 more rooms. Easy. Math. I can do math. Kind of. One, 2, 3. I think even if they come back, can they come back failed? Well, we have a combat mission. I suppose we send the expedition cruiser out with a support ship or by itself. Fleet rating 1. What is that symbol? Exploration? I'm just trying to figure out how to balance. I think we just send the expedition cruiser out by itself. It's probably not equipped for fighting. It'll be fine. We'll send the 2 supply ships on this one. I need more fuel. And then we'll send the mining vessel out on this one by itself. And now I need to build some fuel. Frigate fuel. Dihydrogen. Great. I have dihydrogen bubbles. Oh, I have a trading post. Please tell me that the space station sells dihydrogen by itself. It's not gonna. Do you sell? You're a manager. Okay. I'm gonna look up real quick. No Man's Sky dihydrogen. If I can process the bubbles back into regular dihydrogen. Yeah. No. Oh, dihydrogen is used as an ingredient. No, how do I get dihydrogen? Yeah, I can put jelly back into a refiner. Do it. Perfect. And we can send our last expedition out, and then stream done. Oh. Forgot to build the actual fuel.
Product constructed.
Launch. All right. All systems. So we've done 2 fleet expeditions. We have 3 in progress right now. We just sent 3 more out. Yeah, they're all out. Look at them all. I have a feeling that our expedition cruiser is gonna have some issues on a combat mission, but they can handle it. All right. When we get back, it's just get the crashed ship, go to the final rendezvous, do whatever it takes to... You can... Well, let's see what the quest tells me. It just says make contact with the others. Other ships from the freighter's homeworld have been scattered across the stars. Okay, so we are looking for our friends who have left the homeworld, which apparently exploded and just like threw everybody or out and around. Interesting. So after we read the final log entry... Oh, yeah, see, reward, homeworld repeater. Okay. I think we can finish up tomorrow, so... Works for me. Today is Wednesday, right? Oh. I didn't know I had a Plex account. For people tuning in at the end of this video, if you made it this far, who knows, but Plex had a security breach. They say most of the time you have a security breach, the passwords aren't actually leaked. But this time they're like, yeah, they got your passwords. Great. Hopefully they were hashed. Yes, hashed and secured in accordance with best practices. And that's the thing, right? You just have to trust that they have been hashed and secured in accordance with best practices. Anyway, um, yeah. So, stream is over. I'm going to save again just because I'm want to just double check, triple check. So I think tomorrow we'll finish up this expedition, and if we finish up early, I'm not going to start anything new. And then I suppose give Kerbal Space Program a go. Haven't played it in a long time, so we'll see if it's even any fun to play / watch. And then I remembered that I have the Pokemon Diamond Pearl for Switch that they remade that I haven't even started yet, so maybe play that too. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I've just been wanting to play like Mario World, so maybe play that again. Also been wanting to play Chrono Trigger, so maybe play that again. It might be just a grab bag of games for a while until something cool comes out. Or even, I don't know. I haven't, for a while there, I was really hard into Guild Wars 2, but I haven't played that in a few months. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, the World of Warcraft Dragonflight beta is coming soon. So I highly doubt that'll be in first wave or anything like that because I'm not even subscribed at the moment because that's what I have to say to Blizzard about a whole lot of things right now. But who knows? Maybe I'll luck out. Anyway, that's that. I am going to see how big this file was, what the quality is like, what my audio is like. I moved my microphone closer to my mouth, which has the downside of letting you hear me breathe. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. But this is me in my normal voice, and it's pretty flat, right? It's not like, "Hey guys!" So I had to boost the volume a bit just because this is me, my normal talking voice, which is already louder than usual because I'm wearing noise canceling headphones, which makes me talk louder than I normally do. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. There's music in the menu when you start the game, but there's no music in the menu when you quit. Maybe I'll use one of those. I found a program, not a program, an AI. An AI called, I think it's just, I'm going to type in the link real quick. Yeah, AIVA.ai. So it's ava.ai. It is an AI powered musical composition thing. So I've been playing around with it, making like synthwave stuff. So like No Man's Sky style kind of music. So maybe I'll have an assortment of original music. No one can hit me for copyright with because I generated them with an AI. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. For anybody watching YouTube, hello. And here's the video. It'll be up. Actually, yeah. So there's Twitch had an update to the partner license or the partner agreement. So I'm an affiliate, so it didn't affect me, but there's a partner agreement update that lets you multi-stream Twitch and a few other platforms. Does not include YouTube. But yeah, for me, I still have to. I stream on Twitch and only Twitch. I don't have an interest in. Well, usually I don't have an interest in streaming YouTube, but if I had the option, I might, but don't have the option. But also don't have the option to just fling the video up on YouTube immediately. So every stream, Twitch has 24-hour exclusivity based on when I started the stream. So I start the stream at 7. I can upload this stream to YouTube, and it can go live at 7 tomorrow, because then that's 24 hours from the start of the stream. So that's when you can see the videos, 24 hours later. Sorry, but if you want to see it earlier, I guess watch the Twitch VOD. Okay, that's it. See you later. Bye. 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 I'm trying to find my scene. Bye-bye.